Hi everybody, this is Chad the Gaming Dad here again on Dad's Games with another Father Knows Best. And this week what we're talking about is something that I think probably everybody does, but maybe I'm just the weirdo. Do you smell your games? Yes, just like the classic Spinal Tap, smell the glove. Do we smell our games? You know what I'm talking about? Like, you go out to the store. The first thing you do, you have your bag, you get back in the car, you tear it open, you take out the game, and you're like, oh yes, oh yes. Not these ones so much. Look at that. There's nothing in there. It's just a little tiny thing. It doesn't smell like anything. But you know what I'm getting at, right? Games more like this. Like a nice PS4 game, not necessarily Ghost Recon. I just grabbed a few random ones, but boom, you open it up. Give it a sniff. Now, the one thing about smelling your games that I have found is that you only really get one good sniff, right? You can only smell them once. Like this game, I bought it when it was brand new, and I took it into the car, cracked it open, smelled it. Right now it doesn't smell like anything. It smells like nothing because it's been opened. And honestly, you know how everybody complains about not having manuals these days? This is all you get, right? This is it. I don't even know why they put these little thingies over here anymore because nobody's using them for anything. But when it comes to smelling your games, there's nothing left to smell. A lot of the smell that you're smelling when you open up your game like that is the ink. The ink that's on those manuals, right? Maybe the paint that's on the disc as it sits in this case waiting for you to unleash that beautiful smell. I don't know. Let's take a look at a couple of other ones. Here's an Xbox One game. Now this one screws with you because you open it up and you expect the disc to be over here, but Xbox had to do it different. Their disc is over on the other side. Again, nothing. Not a thing in there. It still smells a little bit. Maybe that's some strong paint. I don't know. I'm not into huffing. But is that something that only I do? I don't think so. I think that's something that a lot of people do. And maybe we're just all a bunch of closet sniffers. Maybe that's the wrong term. Closet sniffers. You don't want to sniff anything in the closet. I don't even want to go there. But I don't know. It's just something weird. In fact, I got a gift card one time from Causey and from Game Digger for my birthday or for Christmas or something like that. And I forget who it was, but I think it was Causey went with me to Best Buy to buy the game that I was going to use with the gift card. And I was like this. I was like, here you go, dude. You can get first sniff. And without question, he's like, oh, good. Opens it up and sniffs it. Is that just, that's weird, right? Or is that something that we all do? Is that the the thing that's not talked about in gaming is the sniffing of games and smelling them? Because, man, I tell you what, we really enjoy our games and playing them and having our collections on the wall and things like that. But I know I do, and I think a lot of other people go to the extent of actually smelling their games too. It's crazy. Here's another example, okay? So new games have that brand new game smell. It's like a new car smell, but it's new game smell. We all know it. Don't say you don't do it, because you do. I know you do. Everybody does. But then we get into used games. Now that's a whole different ball game of smell, right? Here's one that I actually found, believe it or not, Tony Hawk's Underground, right there. I got this at a Goodwill, okay? Careful. Still kind of smells like Goodwill. You know what I mean? But that's because this one has nice big, look at how many pages that is. That's a book. You can sit down and have a nice relaxing time in the bathroom just having a sit down with this like you did in the old days and really read through there. I mean, this thing, that'll keep you busy for a while reading through that manual. But yeah, still kind of smells a little like Goodwill. That's okay. But how about some other ones? These ones I got just at like a local, you know, retro game used. It's not even retro. It's like any kind of game CD. It's called The Exchange. If if you live around Ohio and Pennsylvania. I don't know how far out they go. I don't think they go that far. But it's called The Exchange. Real cool place, and I get a lot of games there, especially Xbox games, old Xbox games. Here's a couple. First, I got Crash Nitro Kart. If you guys haven't played this game, you should, because it's really, really good. But we're not talking about gameplay today. We're talking about smelling games. So open this one up. Crack it open. This one doesn't smell like anything in particular, which is really good because, you know, a lot of times people will talk about gamers and stinking and stuff like that. Every now and then when you get stuff from a place that repeatedly gets trades in, 9 times out of 10, especially these games, because when the Xbox was out, it was before the great big, like, smoke out, which is the wrong word to say once again, but where everybody kind of told each other not to smoke anymore, you know, cigarettes and stuff, because they're really bad for you and you shouldn't be smoking and stuff. So a lot of times when you would get games like this, they would smell like an ashtray. You would open these up and you'd be like, you know, it would be an ashtray inside. Here's another one. Reckless. The Yakuza missions. I don't even know what this game's all about. I got it for $1 at the Exchange, and I'm going to definitely play it simply because I love Yakuza so much. If you look back on my shelf back there, I don't know. Can't see it in the video, but I got all the different Yakuza games. I got all of them now. But this one, because it says Yakuza, it's a driving game, and it has nothing to do whatsoever with all the other Yakuza games. But hey, got the word Yakuza in it, so for $1, I'll pick it up, right? So let's open this one. Doesn't smell like anything either. Kind of smells like old paper. But for $1, you can't go wrong. Look how nice that looks. Nice manual. I mean, it's hardly ever even been opened. These are the things that you really like to find when you go out to places like the Exchange. You find these dollar games. But let's get back to the smell again. Just like I said, a lot of times you'd open these up and they would smell like an ashtray. The other thing that you find a lot, especially with used games from the early 2000s, Xbox era, and I'm sure it still happens a lot today, you open these bad boys up and you think you just got a game that came straight out of Cheech and Chong's personal collection, if you know what I mean. Up in smoke. There's some herb smell in there somewhere. What kind of herbs? We'll never know, but my goodness. So that's what I'm talking about this week, about smelling games and all the stupid things we do. I swear, you know, these Switch games, they come with nothing. There's nothing in here. You can't smell this. This doesn't smell like anything. It smells like nothing. Should I taste it? Save that for a different video. I've already tasted this one and it does taste horrible. Believe what you've heard about Nintendo Switch games tasting horrible. They put something on there to keep kids from trying to eat them because they're so small they could choke on it. But there's nothing in there. There's nothing in there to smell. I'm surprised that these newer games do have a good smell because maybe that ink they put on there is just strong enough, but you get one whiff and then it's gone forever. It's the fleeting whiff of new games. So anyway, that's what I'm talking about this week. I couldn't think of anything else, but I heard somebody saying something about smelling, and the only thing I could think of was the fact that my wife thinks I'm nuts, because every time we go somewhere and I pick up a game, I hop back in the car, I instantly have to unwrap it like an idiot and smell it. So, do you do that? I think you probably do. And for those of you who say you don't, you're probably just lying. Probably. So anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments. It's kind of a goofy video this week, but that's all I could think about. Hey, they don't all have to be serious, right? So, till next time, remember, you never outgrow video games, and I know you're sniffing them too. I know it. I know. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. So thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one. So long, everybody. Thanks again for watching. If you liked that video, please press like and subscribe. I love hearing from you guys, so leave your comments and any suggestions down below. Remember, there's tons of other gamers out there just like you and me, and they also know that you never outgrow video games. Feel free to share these videos all over social media, Twitter, Facebook, or whatever you use. This channel is for all of us. Let's make sure they know that they are not alone. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.